Nobody wants creativity in payroll. You want it to be done the same way repeatedly, or accounting, or sales, or delivery. Almost no area of the business can you apply creativity except product development and R&D. Okay? So you get no innovation in 90% of the business because there's no creativity. In fact, all our large organizations treat workers like robots. You reconcile the books, you do it the same way, you do it again and again, you do it every 2 weeks, and don't mess up. If you're stamping widgets on so the Industrial Revolution took all of our workforce, turned them into robots. Okay? What we're doing now with the new economy and the information-based economy and exponential organizations in the fourth Industrial Revolution is we're actually adding creativity back into the mix. Go be the lean startup methodology, saying constantly test hypotheses, even in legal and HR. What pricing model will the customer accept? What service levels will they take? Will they take a subscription model over a product sale model? You don't know. Rather than having some team guessing and then waiting a long time to test it quickly and see and learn. And that's the whole lean startup methodology. Now we found that lean does not work by itself. If you can't have lean without having an MTP and without having autonomy. GE trained 60,000 managers on the lean startup methodology, the biggest corporate training exercise in history, and it didn't work because you can't have lean and say go test hypotheses in the traditional org structure, which doesn't want you to do it. You need a totally different organization. And so we're now finding that exponential organizations and new business models, new organizational models, holacracy and others are appearing that allow full creativity. So I would argue that this new information-based world allows for much more creativity in the marketplace. And if you don't have creativity in your business, you'll fail because you're not testing, trying out new things, etc. And companies have their immune system, and then institutions have their immune system. The worst immune system in the world is academia. And if you've tried to update academia, you'll see that pattern emerging very quickly, and you'll get a lot of arrows in your back very fast. And so this is the enormous challenge that we have. But I will tell you what the opportunity is. The opportunity for a country like Brazil, if you think about the US or Europe, 50 years of Harvard INSEAD training have trained them to build very, very incredible, effective global organizations. But for this next generation, they have to unlearn 50 years of old thinking and relearn a new way. Countries like Brazil have the opportunity to leapfrog that and go straight to building these types of organizations right from the start. And we're seeing the model take hold incredibly quickly in emerging markets, developing countries, South Africa, places like that, Brazil, Mexico, and so on. So we're very excited that the emerging markets, developing world will leapfrog the traditional business thinking in most countries. And what we've seen is it takes typically 3 years for a big company to wake up. I'll take BMW as the example. I've mentioned it already. We'll get some executive from BMW coming to Silicon Valley and learning about autonomous cars, drones, Hyperloop, virtual reality. And when he goes back to Munich, his hair is on fire going, oh my God, we have major disruption coming in the car industry. But back in Munich, he sounds crazy, right? He sounds like he's lost his mind, and they'll give him a white coat and some medicine, and they'll say, stand in the corner. 6 months later, somebody else will come, go back sounding crazy. Then senior management will triangulate, and they'll have me or Peter or one of my colleagues go and speak in Munich. Then they'll do the Silicon Valley tour. Then they'll set up the Silicon Valley outpost. Then the CEO will change, and you have to start the whole thing again. And by the time they're fully ready, it takes about 3 years. And we saw this with multiple big companies.